Okay, let's not forget that. Okay, and they had to go through the spring, okay, where it was raining and all that. It's when you decide to suffer for the cause that is right, a cause that you believe in. And you make the decision to suffer, not somebody else. You take it on yourself. Voluntary suffering for the right cause builds character. That's what we're talking about. Character. When you make sacrifices for the things that you know are right, it strengthens and builds character. The whites who left their homes in the north and went down to go to jail or to be beaten. Yes. So what we're talking about here, when we talk about nonviolence, and we talk about Martin Luther King, and we talk about Mahatma Gandhi, we're talking about examples of people who understood suffering. They were not strangers to jail, Mandela, and many others. The question is, what makes you think that you're going to change this system that's been in existence all this time and has been so vicious by your suffering? What makes you think that you're going to change something? Here's the key to it. In addition to taking on the suffering on a personal level, you've got to have a strategy for helping to bring out the best in others. See, we all have the greatest potential for good as well as the greatest potential for evil. We were made that way, okay? Yeah, we can do some dirty, low-down things. All you gotta do is watch the news every day, and that's what you get, over and over again. Some dirty, low-down things that people do. So the point is, they're also capable of doing some good things, and some great things, and making some sacrifices. So this is the lessons that we have to examine. Now, in addition to the sit-ins, I got involved in the freedom rides. Now, one of the reasons why the students from Nashville continued the freedom rides after CORE had temporarily stopped the freedom rides. And let me say very quickly, I saw the film, and maybe you saw it too, and you saw me on it. CORE went as far as it could. People were beaten up, and people were bashing everything. I signed up for the original freedom rides, but I needed parental permission because I was only 20, and you had to be 21 to go on your own. But you could get parental permission. In other words, if your parents signed some papers and gave you permission, then you could go. And of course, I sent my papers down to Tampa, Florida. And of course, my mother, she finished the, I think she finished the 8th grade. My father finished the 7th. And I told him I was the first one to go to college. I said, could you just go ahead and, I called up. Told him to sign these papers for me. I needed those papers right away. 2 weeks later, no papers. I called on the phone. I said, Daddy, did you get those papers that I sent you? He said, yes, matter of fact, I did. I said, could you go ahead and sign them and send them back right away? He said, do you think I didn't read them? And I said quietly to myself, I was hoping you didn't read them. Could you just sign the papers and send them back? You know what his response was? I'm not going to sign your death warrant. No. So I didn't go on the original ride. But when the ride got stopped, because of the Anderson burning, and also because of Birmingham, where they beat them up and that kind of thing, etc. Those of us in Nashville took on the ride and continued it. We dropped out of school in the midst of our exams. You know why the Nashville group, now that was not the only sit-in group around. They did it in North Carolina, South Carolina. They had sit-ins all over except Mississippi. Okay? Why do you think the Nashville group took on the Freedom Riders? There were 3 reasons. First of all, John Lewis was on the original ride. He was off temporarily going to Philadelphia to fill out some application for the American Friends Service Committee to go abroad.